So the White House press secretary Robert Gibbs blasting liberals on the far left in an interview. Gibbs voicing frustration with the heat the administration's been taking from critics on the left. What about this? Want to debate it with Angela McGowan, a Fox News political analyst. How you doing? Good morning to you. Mark Levine's a radio talk show host, also a former attorney for the Democratic members of the House Judiciary Committee. Good morning to both of you. Now, this is some interesting stuff. Robert Gibbs gave some interesting comments. Here's one of them on the screen. I hear these people saying he's like George Bush in reference to President Obama. These people ought to be drug tested. I mean, it's crazy. What's going on here, Mark?
Well, I've heard that kind of thing, too. I'll tell you, every Tuesday night on Pacific Cod Radio in Washington, D.C., I have these arguments with progressives, and they say, yeah, Obama's being just like George Bush, and I have to remind them that, no, he's not, that he had to do what he had to do. He had to compromise because of the obstructionists on the right.
But the question is, why are they so ticked off at the White House? What are they not doing that has Democrats in a tizzy?
Here's what I think their complaint is, and I think there's some justification there. What they're saying is that when you negotiate, you don't start in the middle. You start on the left, and they start on the right, and then you meet in the middle. What Obama has done on many of these things is he started in the middle. He kind of, not only he gave up single payer, the idea of Medicare for all that many of us support, and public option was supposed to be in the center. Instead, he kind of gave that up, and he moved even further to the right.
So they're steaming mad on the left. What about that, Angela?
I think it's a great thing. And at the end of the day, Mark, you and I agree. Obama is no George W. Bush. And Bill, this is the fallout because Obama is trying to be all things to all people. And he did not start in the middle. He started to the far left. And he was a candidate that said that he promoted change. The only change that he's done has been changing like a chameleon on the issues. But don't underestimate this guy. A lot of naysayers are saying, Bill, that he is going to be a one-termer. If you remember, Bill Clinton, in his first term, went more to the center and won 4 more years.
That he did, 8 years in total.
Angela,
here's another thing that Gibbs said. They will be satisfied, they meaning the far left, when we have Canadian health care and we've eliminated the Pentagon. That's not reality.
No,
Whoa, Mark.
no.
No, there are people on the left that say that. But look, he hardly started on the left, Angela. Look, the left argument would be single payer, would be Medicare for all. Medicare is a program. It works. 94% of Medicare beneficiaries like it. I'd like to be on Medicare. Let me in. He didn't start there. He started with the public option, which is just an option for a few percentage of people. And then he gave that up. So he started in the center. I mean, look, and what do we end up with? We ended up with a health care bill that is virtually everything Republicans have wanted for years. Mitt Romney's bill in Massachusetts is similar to the health care bill.
Together. We can't give a monologue. We can sing together, but this is supposed to be a fair and balanced debate. He ran on equality for gays, but now he's against same-sex marriages, but he's for equality for partners. He started on this universal health care and moved to the center. Then he did the financial regulatory overhaul, which everyone on the left disagrees. Look at this organization that's formed against Obama. But at the end of the day, I think he's doing a play card out of Clinton's play deck to move more to the center to win.
We'll see how that turns out. One more from Gibbs, because I think it's so good. They wouldn't be satisfied if Dennis Kucinich were president. Poor Dennis. Mark, I'll give you the last word. Angela, we'll wrap it up after that. Quickly.
There are definitely those on the left that would only be satisfied if Dennis Kucinich were president. But Angela and I largely agree here. He has moved to the center. He's moved far to the center, and that's why people on the left are upset with him.
There's some agreement out here, huh?
Oh.
What about that, McCloud?
But when Rachel Maddow calls David Axelrod a pretzel, that's a problem.
Well, she's not calling him a pretzel.
I think it was a human pretzel.
A human pretzel.
Mark, thanks. Angela, thanks. Good to have you both on. 22 minutes out before the hour. Julia.
We need those two in studio.
Okay.
Some fireworks. Get on it now, Bill.